and we are doing day 29 of our 64-day peace challenge. We are doing our gratitude practice, our financial freedom affirmations, and our financial freedom visualization. A little bit about myself. My name is May Doldalau. I live in Waikiki with my husband, Jomel, our 12-year-old son, Jordan, and my mom. Back in 2011, I had over $30,000 of credit card debts, line of credit debts. We were renting. I didn't own property, never had owned property, wanted to. But by 2016, I paid off all the debt by April. Then I quit my job. December 23rd, 2016 was my last day working at a local bank here in Hawaii. Then I started coaching clients to do what I did, which was not only pay off debt, okay? It was also, we improved our net worth by about $500,000. We were making almost $500 a month in passive income, mostly from dividend yielding stocks. So I started coaching clients to do what I did in what I call Finance Freedom Mastermind programs, which you can find at yesfinanciallyfree.com. During that time, we bought our first property together. It was an Airbnb business. It was a condo we moved into, 500 square feet in Waikiki. Moved in. It was me, Jordan, and my husband. And then in 2017, we bought our second condo, which was an Airbnb business, which we continue running today as an Airbnb business. And then in 2019, we sold the first one, the first condo we lived in, and we bought this one with the money, and it's bigger. It's a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath condo. So we can fit my mom with us again. So that's my story quickly. You can find out more about me and get a free ebook, Working Parents Guide to Financial Freedom, sent to your email inbox if you go to yesfinanciallyfree.com. So I'll show you where it is, yesfinanciallyfree.com. See that? And if you scroll down on this blog, you can see every day I update, right? Today's day 29. Yesterday was day 28. There's the replay. And these blogs have a lot of great information. They have reason for the 64-day peace challenge, right? It has the video that inspired me to do this challenge. So that's the replay, yeah, right there. And if you scroll down, I put a talk by Bhante Panakara, see? And this one is a really good talk. And it inspired me to do the challenge, this talk right there. So you can actually watch the talk on my blog. You just go to yesfinanciallyfree.com. If you want a free ebook and get on my email list, put in your first name, email address, hit that yes button, and you'll get on my email list where you can email me if you want. You can send me emails. You'll get a free ebook. You can also get on the email list by going to Contact Us. I give you a gift for getting on my email list. You get a free ebook, Working Parents Guide to Financial Freedom. And that's sent directly to your inbox when you subscribe to the email list. You put in your first name, email, get instant access. Okay, so that's what that is. So I wanted to show you guys that so you can keep in touch if you want to ask me questions. All right, so we're gonna do our gratitude practice first. I'm live every morning at 5 a.m. Hawaii time, 10 a.m. Eastern time for the next 43 days. I'm doing a 64-day peace challenge, and this is inspired by Bhante Bhikkhu Panakara, who is the leader of the Walk for Peace that just ended last week. They walked from Fort Worth, Texas from October 26th, and they ended on February 14th, Valentine's Day, in Washington, D.C. Yeah, I have one child. He's 12. So let's begin our practice. We're going to say thank you for 1 minute, okay? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being on the live. Thank you for the like, thumbs up. Thank you so much for YouTube and for the internet and for smartphone technology. Thank you for the rain. It's raining here in Waikiki right now. Thank you. Thank you for free water. You know, thank you that the universe is so abundant. We get water from rain. We get fresh air. Thank you for my life. Thank you for living today. And we can communicate over the internet. Thank you that we can do that, right? I learned about the Peace Challenge, the Walk for Peace, just by the internet, right? Thank you so much for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you for my life. Thank you for Lolo for being in my life. Thank you for Jamal. Thank you that he can be with Lolo right now in the hospital. Thank you, thank you. Thank you that I have hair and skin and that I have a body and that I can wake up every day and do these lives every day at the same time. Thank you for my discipline. Thank you for the ability to create peace in our lives. Thank you for happiness, joy. Thank you for financial freedom, passive income. Thank you. Okay, so we did 1 minute of thank yous. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for being on. Now we're going to do the peace practice inspired by the monk's Walk for Peace. Every day he says to do the same thing, wake up and write, today is going to be my peaceful day. In the morning, it is 5 a.m., a little after 5 for me in the morning, so it's very early. Today is going to be my peaceful day. You write it with a pen. Okay, so I did that this morning. And then read it out loud. I mean, in your head, and then say it out loud. Today is going to be my peaceful day. Okay, so that's the first step. All right, that's it. We're done with the first step. Very easy, right? So he says, do it every day. When he was walking with the monks across the United States, he would ask people, did you do it? Did you write the sentence? Today is going to be my peaceful day. And a lot of people didn't, and they had heard him tell them, and they still didn't write the sentence. And so he was like, there's no point in you watching me. The monks are not a parade. We're not a concert. If you want peace in your life, you need to practice. And he said, do it every day. So that's why I started this challenge. So go write the sentence. Today is going to be my peaceful day. Okay, don't just watch me write it and say it. Go write it down on your own paper. It's really easy. I just did it. It's not hard. The hard part, honestly, is waking up every morning early. It's really challenging. Today is a Saturday, and it's kind of challenging waking up early on a Saturday. Today, we're going to do community service. We're going to go to a high school. We're going to help build a deck around a building so that they can have classes around this building. It has a lot of thorns around this building that dig into your shoes. It can be very painful. So it's a commitment. I'm going to go with Jordan. We're going to do community service this morning. So we are going to actually be there at 8. So we do have to wake up early, but it can be challenging. On the days where we go to work, waking up at 5 a.m. is so easy, right? But on the days like weekends or when my husband doesn't work and wake up at 3:40 a.m., it's very, I'm not going to lie, it's a little challenging to wake up. Hi, guys. Hello. So let's begin our peace practice. We're going to do mindfulness exercise. So after you write your sentence, today is going to be my peaceful day, you practice mindfulness every day. Start small, start with what you can handle, and then build up. So you can start with 1 minute. Breathe in and out. Breathe in, count 1. Breathe out, count 1. Breathe in, count 2. Breathe out, count 2. And just focus on your breathing right here. You notice your breathing. You breathe in and breathe out. You notice that? Most of the time we don't notice our breathing. We don't notice if it's slow or fast or shallow. And but when we are about to die and we're going to have our last breath and we're fighting for it, right? Then we're going to really notice it, right? So we're going to notice it now while we're alive and kicking and still strong. We're going to practice noticing our breath and being mindful of our life. Yeah? That's the practice. That's the peace practice. This is the hardest part, honestly. People find it very difficult to stop, slow down, and just notice what's going on with their body, their breathing. This is like the part that everyone's like, oh my God. That's why I created this challenge. It keeps me accountable so that I do this every day, all right? And I figured it would help anyone else who wants to do the peace practice, right? So I do for 15 minutes, yeah? So we're just gonna focus on our breathing. So there's some things to know when you're doing it, all right? It's not that simple. So you focus in and out, in 1, out 1. So the counting is to just distract your mind. You don't have to do the counting, but the counting helps give the mind a task to do, all right? Now, if you lose count, just start over again. And don't beat yourself up, all right? This is not about making yourself wrong. This whole practice is about loving yourself. You're actually paying attention to yourself, maybe for the first time in a really, really long time, yeah? So you're taking time to really love yourself. Take time for yourself. This is not about going out and serving other people. This is about serving yourself. The one who loves yourself the most is you, all right? You're the one who takes care of you, all right? So no matter what anyone else says, if you're really, really bad to them, right, they will leave you in general. This is what the monk says, Bhikkhu Panakara, he says this a lot. But you cannot leave yourself. You are you, right? So you have to be nice to yourself, yeah? So this is our time to be nice to ourselves. So breathe in and out. Yeah, if you lose count, start over. If your thought distracts you, just say thought, thought, thought. Notice it, but don't chase it, and come back to your breathing. If a feeling comes up, like numbness, pain, itchiness, just say feeling, 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 and come back to your breath. If a sound, if you hear a loud sound, so sound, 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 come back to your breath, right? When Bhikkhu Pinakara did his first walk for peace in India, he said it was extremely painful. He was walking barefoot for the first time for miles and miles, and he started crying. It was so painful. And all these other monks started passing him. And he realized that if he didn't go through it, if he didn't suffer through the pain and figure out a way, he would have to give up, and he didn't want to give up. So he said, I don't care about my body, my pain. And he became very mindful of his breathing, mindful of his breathing. And then he finished the walk, which was a very long walk, over 100 days as well, in India. And that's probably what made him ready for the walk in the United States, right? But he said he became very mindful with his breathing. So this is what we're doing, and we're not walking on gravel or stones, we're just sitting. So we have it easy, right? Okay, so we're gonna begin our mindfulness practice and just focus on your breathing, all right? All right, let's do it. Thank you for being here with me. I'm so grateful to be here with you today. All right, Alexa, set timer for 15 minutes.
15 minutes, starting now.
Breathe in, count 1, breathe out, count 1. Don't try to control your breathing, just notice your breathing. Let yourself breathe naturally. In count 2, out count 2. And then 3. And 4. It's okay if you have a different count than me, yeah? 5. Start over again, and then go to 6 and 7, 8, 9, 10. Start over after that. If you lose count, if you get distracted, start over. Be nice to yourself. Just start over. focus on your breathing. If you got distracted, just go back to your breathing. If you do get to 10, start over again. If you don't worry, just start over again. Focus on your breathing. Alexa, stop. All right, 15 minutes done. Boy, that was fast. That was easy. I got distracted, but I made it to 10 once. That was amazing. My son is doing this mindfulness practice too. He does it before he goes to bed, and sometimes he does it during the middle of the day. He told me he doesn't like doing it before he goes to bed because he keeps losing count and he doesn't go to sleep. I thought that was interesting. So he does it like in the car on the way home from school or something, so it doesn't distract him from going to bed at night. I wasn't sure what to think of that, but I was really proud that he's actually doing it. And he writes his sentence, "Today is going to be my peaceful day," every morning. All right, so that's our peace practice. We're gonna do our financial freedom affirmations and our financial freedom visualization now. Yay! So the blog is yesfinanciallyfree.com, and if you go to the top, there's a lot of different things you can do here, and one of them is called Map to Freedom. Map to Freedom is kind of like a map of the blog, a map of this wonderful website I created where it has wonderful ways that you can become financially free, different methods. The map number 5 is called Do It Yourself. I have a lot of blog posts about financial freedom on this blog, yeah? And so one of them, and you can look through them and do your own study. One of them is called 643 Affirmations for Financial Freedom, Wealth, Abundance, Money, and Prosperity. So this is where I'm going to get affirmations from. So it's a great free resource on the blog. You can check it out anytime, pick your own affirmations that you like, create your own, or just use the ones here. All right, let's do some. Just repeat after me. My financial abundance overflows today. My financial abundance overflows today. Why does my financial abundance overflow today? Why does my financial abundance overflow today? Presence of joy in my heart releases an abundance of good into my life. The presence of joy in my heart releases an abundance of good into my life. That's a really pretty one, isn't it? Why does the presence of joy in my heart release an abundance of good into my life? Why does the presence of joy in my heart release an abundance of good into my life? How does the presence of joy in my heart release an abundance of good into my life? How does the presence of joy in my heart release an abundance of good into my life? That is a beautiful one. I was destined to be prosperous. I have abundance to share and spare. I was destined to be prosperous. I have abundance to share and spare. Why was I destined to be prosperous? Why was I destined to be prosperous? How was I destined to be prosperous? How was I destined to be prosperous? How do I have abundance to share and spare? How do I have abundance to share and spare? Why do I have abundance to share and spare? Why do I have abundance to share and spare? I have faith that I am being guided in ways that bring amazing results. I have faith that I am being guided in ways that bring amazing results. I have faith that I am being guided in ways that bring amazing results. I fill my mind with the idea of abundance, and abundance manifests in all my affairs. I fill my mind with the idea of abundance, and abundance manifests in all my affairs. How do I fill my mind with the idea of abundance? And how does abundance manifest in all of my affairs? How do I fill my mind with the idea of abundance? And how does abundance manifest in all of my affairs? Okay, we're done with our affirmations for today. Now we're going to do our financial freedom visualization. So just imagine that you are now financially free. All right? What does your life look like? Maybe you are financially free. Maybe you're watching this for the peace practice. I don't know. Or maybe you're just here for a different reason, but maybe you're not. Maybe you are struggling with money like I was. I used to struggle with money, guys. I told you my story at the beginning. So if you are struggling with money, this is a way to cure that. Okay? These financial freedom affirmations and the visualization is a training of your mind to become more prosperous, to become wealthy, to have real abundance in your life. So why don't you just imagine it? What would your life be like if you were financially free right now? If you didn't have to work a job to get money to survive? What if you just had money come in from passive income sources and it was enough that you didn't have to work a job? You still can, all right? And I recommend you do something with your life, but it's your choice, yeah? And you can work any vocation you like. You could volunteer a lot if you want, like me. I volunteer a lot. I'm on the parent-teacher-student organization. I volunteer there, do a lot of work there. I volunteer with various nonprofit organizations. I help people a lot. Like I see if they have a need and I help. Well, what do you want to do with your life? Mostly I'm a mom. I take care of my family. I take care of my son Jordan. I take care of my husband, and I take care of my mom. And when Lolo's here, I take care of him. I am a homemaker. And then I'm working on making a cleaner home, a tidier home, you know, keeping things organized. All right, so let's begin. Imagine it. Close your eyes. Put your hand on your heart. Breathe in and out. Gratitude through your heart. So grateful I woke up this morning and did this live. And I didn't go back to sleep. So grateful that I have the discipline to keep doing this every day. And that I listen to Bhikkhu Panakara. And I'm doing it. I'm grateful that they walked so many miles and hurt their feet and went through the cold and slept outdoors in tents in the beginning, and they just kept going and going. I'm so grateful they kept going, because if they hadn't, I wouldn't have seen their message. I wouldn't have seen what they had said. I'm so grateful for them for doing that. They create this peace practice that I'm following now, and I live in Hawaii. I'm not even close to where they are, and it, now I want to go visit Fort Worth, Texas, because that's where they are. All right. It's a miracle. There's so many miracles every day in our lives, aren't there? Isn't life wonderful? All right, now imagine you're financially free. What are you doing? What does it look like? Who's with you? What is happening? What are you doing with your life? Think of the sounds, the smells, make it as detailed as possible, and feel the feelings of actually being there. Go. All right, open your eyes. We're done with our visualization. I hope you have a great day today. Have a peaceful day. If you want to learn more about, if you want to work with me, if you are having financial difficulties and you are having difficulty becoming disciplined enough to do the work of financial freedom on your own, then you can work with me if you like. I have different products on my products page. This one is called Finance Freedom Mastermind. It's a 1-year program, and you get monthly personal coaching on Zoom. And in that Zoom coaching, we do what it takes to become financially free, which requires work, just like peace, all right? You have to calculate what is your net worth, what is your cash flow, how much passive income are you making, how is your financial freedom account doing? If you don't have one, we create one. And you do that every month so that you actually have a statement with all of your financials every month. You keep track of your money. You actually pay attention to it, and hence it grows. Your weekly online mastermind sessions are on Fridays at 6 a.m. Hawaii time, which is 11 a.m. Eastern. And it is a 40-minute online coaching session where you learn the skills you need to become financially free. And then that is recorded. You can access the recording as long as you have a Google account. And then we have a weekly Q&A with a coach that's on Mondays on Zoom at 6 a.m. Hawaii time, 11 a.m. Eastern. You get invited to that every week, and you can ask any questions you have. If you need help with anything, you can let me know. That program is $5,000 for the year, extremely affordable price for a whole year. So that's the most expensive program on my site. It goes down like to free. The 7-day financial freedom challenge is only $7. That one is really good to get you started. But if you really want to become better with money and you really need assistance, Finance Freedom Mastermind is the best deal. It's really personal training, really gets you going. You know, you get accountable. You know, you have accountability partners and things like that. It's really good for you. So I highly recommend it. Okay, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you didn't miss it, you just watched a replay. I appreciate you so much, and have a great day. Have a peaceful day. I'll see you again tomorrow, same time, 5 a.m. Hawaii.